Hi everyone, it's Nicole from the Physio Crew, and I want you to stay tuned because I've got a really special announcement of something that we're going to be doing over the next couple of months. And this all came about because this morning I was chatting to this lady on the phone, and many of you guys who've come in to the Physio Crew know that the most recent toy that I bought was a Alter G, so an anti-gravity treadmill. £30,000, a lot of money, the most amazing investment that I ever made. I've seen so many happy faces, so many people who, you know, a man who got on it last weekend who hadn't been able to stand up straight for 2 years was able to do that. People who haven't been able to bounce before, for example, with cerebral palsy, are using it. We've had athletes using it, and it's brought so much joy. And one of the things that was on track to happen this year before COVID hit was we were going to buy an oxygen chamber. Another specialist bit of kit, £20,000 bit of kit, which would enable us to be able to help see people who are having problems with wound healing, people who've had a stroke or who have Parkinson's, people with dementia, people who have fatigue or MS or neurological conditions. And I got chatting to this lady and on the phone this morning, and I felt awful because I'm due to go off on pregnancy, maternity leave, as some of you know, and it was always my dream to have this oxygen chamber for people to be able to use in North Devon, to be able to access it and to start using it now. And I feel like I failed in that sense because we won't have enough profits generated from the business because we were closed for 3 months. So I was thinking about how can I troubleshoot this, how can I find other ways for funding, and one of the things that I thought might work, and I don't know if you guys feel this as well, is to look at doing crowdfunding. And this would allow us to be able to get this lovely, amazing bit of kit that is so good for people to accelerate healing, to allow people who have fractures that aren't healing to recover, to help people who need oxygenation in their blood. The way that it works is it increases, so you go into sort of like a chamber, it's a soft chamber, so it's not massively claustrophobic. You can either wear oxygen or you can just experience the oxygen, which is pressurized, which means that you get more oxygen to your tissues and in and around the tissues, which is why it helps with cell regeneration. Now, the side effect of this as well is that there are good evidence studies, clinical studies that also show that it can have anti-aging effects. So we are looking at selling these packages for, the anti-aging is not something that we're going to go into long term, but if it allows us to be able to get the funding to be able to buy this machine so that it can really benefit people in the future, for people who have disabilities, people who are recovering from trauma, then it's worthwhile doing. So please click the link somewhere around this video and go and have a little look at the crowdfunding page. I'd really appreciate if you could share it. Even if every person in Barnstable just donated £10, we could have this machine down in North Devon, a specialist bit of kit that's going to help people recover from pain and trauma, particularly people who've had really nasty cards dealt to them. Perhaps they've had cancer and they're trying to recover. Perhaps they have MS and they're feeling fatigued, and at the moment they're having to drive to Exeter to get treatment. Let's try and do something for the community, really think about how we can give back in this area. And I'm going to try my best to get that done before I go off on maternity leave so that people can be using it. So thank you for listening to the video. I'd really appreciate if you could share this, comment below if it's something that you would be interested in, or direct message me, and we'll look at actually, so you can either make a donation just because you're a good person and you want to help other people, or perhaps actually you want to look at buying in advance a package so that you can use them. So that if you have a sports injury, they're fantastic for helping with the healing process. If you have a sports injury, if you have a stroke, or you have Parkinson's, or you have a disease that affects the brain or the nerves, it can be very useful. Now, we won't ever advocate treatment that isn't evidence-based, so it would be good to have a little chat with me, but there will be someone at some point in your family in this area who will be affected. Remember, we have rehab stays as well, so people can always come down and use it for that. And this is a really good way of being able to help the local community, but at the same time be able to help yourself as well. All right, everybody, thank you so much for listening to me. Take care. Bye-bye.